Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Elgin Martinez from the Immigrant Edification channel, coming to you with another informative video. The video this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be about domestic violence, something that's very rampant in the immigrant community. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read an article from Futures Without Violence. The facts on immigrant women and domestic violence. Like all women, immigrant women are at high risk of domestic violence, but due to their immigration status, they may face a more difficult time escaping abuse. Immigrant women often feel trapped in abusive relationships because of immigration laws, language barriers, social isolation, and lack of financial resources. Despite recent federal legislation that has opened new and safe routes to immigrant status for some immigrant women who are victims of domestic violence, abuse is still a significant problem for immigrant women as it is for all women in the United States, ladies and gentlemen. A recent study in New York City found that 51% of intimate partner homicide victims were foreign born, while 45% were born in the United States. 48% of Latinas in one study reported that their peer partners' violence against them had increased since they immigrated to the United States. A survey of immigrant Korean women found that 60% had been battered by their husbands. Married immigrant women experience higher level of physical and sexual abuse than unmarried immigrant women, 59.5% compared to 49.8% respectively. Abusers often use their partner's immigration status as a tool of control. In such situation, it is common for a batterer to exert control over his partner's immigration status in order to force her to remain in the relationship. Immigrant women often suffer higher rates of battering than U.S. citizens because they may come from cultures that accept domestic violence or because they have less access to legal and social services than U.S. citizens. Additionally, immigrants, batterers, and victims may believe that the penalties and protection of the U.S. legal system do not apply to them. Battered immigrant women who attempt to flee may not have access to bilingual shelters, financial assistance, or food. It is also unlikely that they will have the assistance of a certified interpreter in court when reporting complaints to the police or a 911 operator, or even in acquiring information about their rights and legal system. Ladies and gentlemen, that being said, I'm gonna expound a little more about domestic violence. I really don't understand how someone could have a child or children with someone in this country and use their immigration status as a control mechanism to abuse that individual. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in any type of abusive relationship, you don't need to tolerate those type of behavior, ladies and gentlemen. You need to get out of that relationship because someone that loves you is not going to abuse you and subject you to inhumane treatment. Why would you, as someone's spouse, subject that individual to such type of action? What do you benefit from that? You know, how could you say that you love that individual and deny them the right to live in this country legally, either by calling the cops on them, refusing to petition for them, or continue subjecting them to abusive behaviors. Ladies and gentlemen, sadly we've come to the end of this video. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.